What's up, guys? Nothin But Boom, and today I'm super excited to go ahead and bring you guys a video where I'm going to be reviewing my task force from Ada Boom's recent takedown of Dead End, Operation Dead End. So let's go ahead and get right into it here. This was the last operation, so let's go back here. You guys have really been asking for these, like in the comments. You guys have been like, do more operation walkthroughs and whatever, because your task force is awesome. And yes, I do think that we've been doing really, really well. One of the operation just ended pretty recently. We're right now at 65. We have been to 12. That's our record. Right now, Nick's Warriors is 46, so we're 65. We're getting there. Almost at the top 50, which is really, really nice. So I've been trying to go ahead and save up for an upgrade on my Zookas. Whoops, because that is what I use the most in operations. So I have been trying to get those. Artillery is obviously also really important. Shock bombs is also really important. But I have been trying to do the Zookas as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and go over here. I've been able to get 3,000 pretty much no problem. But it really comes as a problem when I need to get 4. Because like right now I have 1 million, or did I say 3,000? I meant 3 million. But right now I have 1 million, and I can get 2,100. So if I collect that, then I'll need to get about 1.2 million more to upgrade the Zookas, and that's when it just gets really, really hard. So I am going to go ahead and work at it, but this, like I said, is going to be an op review video, so let's go ahead and take a look at the last one here. You guys have been asking for these, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. So let's go ahead and see here. As you can see, there's a lot of just preparation for the takedowns. I love showing you guys the all-Zooka attacks because they really, really are awesome. This one's Dredge, probably one of the easier operation bases if you know how to smoke Zookas properly. I have taken down this base before with all Zookas. Here's Arafat doing it. Let's go ahead and watch him. He actually threw a barrage to finish some buildings that were incredibly low, because to be able to finish buildings with one barrage, they have to be really, really low in Dead End. So he's going to go ahead, drop the Zookas. Notice how he doesn't flare before they get off the beach, or before they land. Or he doesn't flare until they land, until after they land. So he goes ahead and flares to the corner, uses one smoke. Now they're kind of parked over here. He is able to take out both shock launchers while they are shocked, and the machine gunner, which is key. You don't have to worry about the boom cannons and the cannons because those are single shot. As you can see, he is kind of worried about the mortar just in case it does come in range, which I think it would have if he let them go a little bit further. But after he takes out this boom cannon, he should flare back. Okay, he didn't flare back and he got annihilated, but that's okay. He's gonna go ahead and keep moving here. Just flare to this corner. Like, yeah, he should have done that a little bit earlier, but hopefully he'll still go ahead and be able to do this here. It looks like he was super boosted for this op because just that tiny bit of Zookas was able to take down this base. He did have, obviously, a good amount of time left, but those amount of Zookas were able to, looks like, take it down here. Yeah, so there's that. Next one's Armadillo. Looks like a heavy Zooka. Basically in operations there's 3 strategies and rarely a 4th. There's heavy Zooka to clear out mines, and sometimes basically in the beginning of operations you'll just use your gumbo energy, or use your gumbo energy to take out mines, or max artillery, which means put all your artillery and barrage into a building. Or at the end of operations, sometimes heavy Zooka will be needed. But yeah, that's one of the strategies, is what he's using here. Another one that's often used, is probably the most often used, is Warriors to take out key buildings like rocket launchers, shock launchers, and those are mortars actually a lot of the time, because the finisher, the most popular finisher, is all Zookas. So yeah, you got to take out mortars if you want to do that. So yeah, but mainly shock launchers and rocket launchers are what Warriors are going to do, and sometimes you'll see them going for mortars. But yeah, mostly the shock launchers and the rocket launchers, because the shock launchers will one-shot Zookas. The rocket launchers will one-shot, if not two-shot Zookas. or 2-shot, if not 1-shot Zukas. So yeah, it's a lot of damage coming out from these, especially on dead ends. So as you can see, he's flanking the base. It took him actually a really long time to get all the way back here. But yeah, he is going to go ahead and take advantage of that time and take out these power cells. And hopefully he's going to go ahead and park himself in back pretty soon. Here's the flare. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Let them run over here. From there, he's going to go ahead and flare right to the HQ. Shock the mortars because they could shoot at the heavies from the side there and miss, and then they would obviously land on the Zukas. As you can see, this base did have a pretty good amount of health. Heavies did go down pretty quick due to the mortars, but the Zukas are going to have the DPS to take it out. As you can see, the mortars were coming off the shock bomb pretty soon. They would have completely annihilated those Zukas, although he did have 2 more shock bombs to use. So tons of gunboat energy there. He did collect a lot of it in the back there. But anyways, great attack by Boss. And let's go ahead and keep moving here. Here we go. Okay, there's Armadillo. Here's Joker on Quantum. This one is pretty straightforward. Couple heavy Zuka attacks up the right side should take it down. Although this one he used tanks. So tanks, a couple of minutes ago I said sometimes a 4th one. I said rarely a 4th attack strategy used for operations. This is the 4th one, tanks. And medics. A lot of people just use tanks for the extra DPS, but some use medics to counteract things such as rocket launchers and mortars. So you go ahead and see that work in a little bit here. As you can see, they're going to go ahead and move into place on a diagonal path there. So we call the beach 6 o'clock. So in back of the HQ would be 12 o'clock. And then where they are would be considered 5 o'clock or so. Maybe 4. So that was basically what was in the strategy. Tank medic or heavy Zuka, it probably said, but this guy used tank medic at 4 o'clock. So that is what he did. Let's go ahead and fast forward here because tanks get really boring. And as you can see, those medics there, they were crucial to actually keeping the tanks up. I don't think if he had those, the tanks probably would have gone down to the rocket launchers. I'm not positive, but they might have. Here's a warrior finish. This is Commandor, one of the really only bases that we use a warrior finish for. Most bases are Zuka finish. Some things that I can think of for Zuka finish are Dioxin, Waterloo, Javanaise, Dredge, Machina. I'm trying to think of more. Conifold. What else? Conveyor, I think sometimes is. Quantum was a heavy Zuka. Assembly is a lot of the times an all Zuka, but Commandor is one of the only ones that we use all warriors to take down. So as you can see, he's flared onto the boom cannon right now. He's going to go ahead and move on to the HQ and send the warriors on there running. And don't leave them in smoke because he'd have to have like 2 smokes there and it'd just be a waste of time. Once they get out of that smoke, you want them swinging at that HQ and you want the defenses surrounding them shocked. And that's exactly what he did, so great job there. That was Commandor, Captain Muscle. Here's Gablet. This probably had a tiny bit left. I know we don't like showing these because it's just kind of... I was actually online for that attack. I don't really like showing those because it's just like... It's not really very hard to just barrage the HQ. This one probably was just a fail because the HQ is really low anyway. So let's go ahead and look for the one that... Okay, this was that. What was the one before? Right here. This was probably the one that got it down really low. Or kind of low. Let's see. It definitely weakened it because in the next replay it's lower. So he's going to go ahead and do some pretty good smoking up here. He actually didn't lose anybody on the way there, if I'm not mistaken. But then he just didn't have enough gumbo energy, I guess, to shock the rocket launchers, and the warriors went down before they could take it out. So then the finish was obviously Gumbo Energy on the HQ. And then Conifold here. This was the one I was talking about with all Zuka finish. Doesn't look like a clear path. A lot of the bases have a clear Zuka path that you can see and just take that path right up the base, even though it's risky. If you get back there, there's a lot of DPS. But this one, it doesn't even look like a straight path. So you have to be incredibly good. Zoo is probably one of our best Zuka runners in the task force. CPT Beach is amazing. Just thinking of some more. Sir is really, really, really good. These three, Zoo, CPT, and Sir probably our best ones at the moment. I do some, but I don't do Connie Fold. This is really hard base. As you can see, he's just kind of inching his way like a centipede up this right wall here. And as he comes out into here, he doesn't need to smoke anymore because he's out of range. Then he just needs to get past these machine guns, which he does successfully. And Gary actually cleaned out all these boom cannons that are normally back here for him. So now he's going to have an easy finish. The hardest part is actually getting back there. But he did it miraculously. An awesome attack to finish out the operation there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. That seems like my outro for like every video now. But yeah, I am going to have a new thumbnail for this. My designer just made me one. I think it looks awesome. Let me know what you guys think of the new thumbnail down in the description below. But yeah, that's going to be it. So, for all things Boom Beach, you guys know what to do. Keep fresh and chill. They turn Nothin But Boom. I'm Matt, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode.